Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Latin.
Latin voices.
Voices.
So happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday. Happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday. So let's find out what is our topic for today.
Welcome back to Latin Voices. Our topic for today is the hidden strength many immigrants don't recognize.
Thank you, Isabel. So yes, that's our topic for today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gladys. I'm originally from Mexico. I live in Texas. I'm a pediatric nurse and mom of three girls, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Monica, originally from Colombia but living in Canada. I am a mom of a teenager and an education assistant and a proud digital business owner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now residing in the US. I am a wife, a mom, a grandma. I'm also a former educational assistant and now a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by profession. I live here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm original from Cuba. I have my business online and I'm a mentor at the same time.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Our topic for today is the hidden strengths many immigrants don't recognize.
Thank you, Monica. So yes, that's our topic for today. So welcome back to another episode of the Latin Voices. So today we would like to begin with a question. And that is, have you ever stopped to think about everything you have already overcome? For example, like when you move to a new country, when you learn a new language, when you adapted to a different culture, or when you started your life over, you know, you have already accomplished something incredible difficulty. But sometimes we're so focused on what we still need to learn that we forget to appreciate everything we have already learned. So today we want to celebrate the hidden strengths that so many immigrants carry with them every single day, because those strengths are preparing you for the opportunities you may not even see yet. And for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
Yes, today's point. The first one is adaptability is one of the greatest strengths. Number two, learning a new language strengthens more than communication. Number three, starting over builds resilience. And number four, your diverse experiences give you a unique perspective. And the last one, your journey can inspire others.
Thank you, Gladys. So, yes, those are the points we're going to be talking today. So, let's dive into our first point.
Our first point for today is adaptability is one of the greatest strengths. And, I would say as immigrants, we have this already on our pocket, because we moved to a new country, we have this new environment, everything. So maybe we know that it's not easy, we start scared when we move here, but we continue, we move and we adapt, and that tells us something that we are capable of handling change. Sometimes we don't recognize our like our own strength because we are so used to it, that we don't think that we as immigrants we have that strength of adaptability, and we do because we moved to a new country. Can be Canada in this case and US, that we have some examples here, but we move, we adapt, and that means that we are learning. As an immigrant, we often have to learn things quick, how things work, maybe how to communicate. We navigate a new system, with problem solving, those are powerful skill, the ability to learn. And the more important is we adjust, you know and we don't speak the same language, but we learn and we spoke on this new country that open our world, and we spoke it at work as well. Isn't that amazing? And then you adapt, to a new career, a new business, technology, relationships, and you never done things like you used to when you're back home, in your country, but you are trying, did not stop you, and you learn and you keep going. And that's what adaptability means. Adaptability, your ability to adapt, can open new doors. Sometimes people think that their biggest advantage is can be their education, maybe like a job title or like the experience, but changing from one country to another one, you adapt up you adapt. Doesn't matter what it is, you adapt to the new technology, the new industry, new opportunities, the way that it changed everything. And that people who are willing to learn as us, that we immigrate, we adjust and we keep moving, and we create opportunities for ourselves and for our family. So as an immigrant, where we sometimes spend so much time thinking about everything that we left behind, and then we forgot about what we bring with us to this new country. We bring our courage, we bring our resilience, we bring our experience, your ability to adapt, and we can bring these two to our own business, to the business we're talking about. But you already done we already did the difficult things. There was moving to a new country, so why not start and learn and change everything from here with a new business, with a new career, with everything. We're already doing it, so we don't need to feel ashamed or maybe scared about changing, adapting to something new, because the evidence is that we're capable of. So I'm capable and you are too. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. So, Jesse, talk about adaptability is one of your greatest strengths. And just like Jesse mentioned, um, when you have those, I mean, you already have those experiences that you have through life. So, and those experiences have teach you resilience, teach you flexibility, and also the ability to be able to keep growing through life changes, with hope and confidence. So, adaptability is one of your greatest strengths that you can uh, have with you as you go through your journey. Jesse also added, I didn't just adapt, I became stronger because I adapted. So there you go. All right, so now let's move on to our next point.
Okay, our next point. Learning a new language strengthens more than communication. When I left Mexico to come to the United States, learning English wasn't simply about learning another language. It was about learning how to navigate a completely different world to me. I remember moments when I knew exactly what I wanted to say in Spanish, but I couldn't find the words to say it in English. That can be frustrating, especially when you're a teenager, when you're only 12, 13 years old, and you're trying to really adapt and communicate, with your friends or your new, what do you call them, the new students that you're in school with. Sometimes it can even make you feel small, even when you know you are capable. But no, just keep going and keep listening and ask questions. And of course, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to pronounce things the wrong way. But I learned one word a day, a word at a time, one after another. And slowly, those little victories change more than the way I communicate. They change my confidence because there's nothing like feeling that confidence when you're talking to somebody, knowing that they understand you instead of just looking at you with a confused face, like, what's going on? So that process taught me patience And it taught me that making mistakes doesn't mean you're incapable, it means you're learning. And that lesson has followed me into every new chapter of my life. When I started learning technology and building something completely different, I recognized that same feeling again, being a beginner, you know, it's always uncomfortable when you're learning something completely new, something completely different, something out of your comfort zone. But this time I knew something I didn't know before. I already had proof that I could learn difficult things. So if you ever had to start over, learn a new language, adapt to a new country, or figuring something out when you didn't have all the answers, don't underestimate what the experience has already given you. It has given you resilience, it has given you courage, and it taught you how to keep going even when you don't feel confident yet. So sometimes the greatest evidence of your strength isn't that you already know, it's everything you were willing to learn when you didn't know everything. Thank you, and back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Isabel. So, Isabel, talk about learning a new language strengthens more than communication. Just like Isabel mentioned, when you learn a new language, it helps you to build confidence, it helps you to build that resilience, and it helps you to have that patience because, it takes time to learn a language and the courage to, well, also to be able to keep growing while opening new opportunities to be able to connect with others. She also added, every new skill you learn is more than knowledge. It is proof that you are capable of growing beyond your comfort zone. So there you go. All right, so now let's move on to our next point.
Yes, the next point is starting over build resilience. Um, starting again requires courage. For many immigrants, starting over can mean rebuilding careers, relationships, and sometimes an entirely different way of life. I can relate to this personally because I was an immigrant myself. I came to the United States when I was 14 years old. And at that age, I had to adjust to a completely different way of living while also facing the challenge of a new language. Like it was mentioned, by Isabel. Imagine being 14, trying to fit in, trying to communicate and learning how things work in a completely different environment. It wasn't easy. So there were times where I didn't understand everything around me and I had to learn how to adapt. But when I look back now, I realize those experiences were already teaching me something very important: resilience. And every challenge develops inner strength. Resilience grows through experience, and sometimes the difficult seasons of our lives reveal strengths we didn't know we had. And I think many immigrants can relate to this. Sometimes we're so focused on moving forward that we don't stop to recognize how much we have already overcome. So your journey demonstrates a determination that cannot be taught in a classroom. So today's reflections is resilience is developed by continuing forward, even when the path isn't easy. And the takeaway for today is every challenge you have overcome has made you stronger than you realize.
Thank you, Gladys. So Gladys talked about starting over builds resilience. Just like Gladys mentioned, um, every challenge that you overcome, it will help you to strengthen that courage. It will help you to have that determination, and also to the ability to be able to create those new opportunities despite the uncertainty. So starting over, from zero, it helps you to build that resilience. All right. So let's move on to our next point. Okay, our next point is your diverse experience give you a unique perspective. So one of the greatest strengths many immigrants and people who have lived in different cultures possess is something that they often take for granted, and that is their unique perspective. When you have experienced more than one culture, you begin to see the world through a wider lens. You also learn that there are different ways to communicate, to solve problems, to celebrate traditions, and to build relationships. And that understanding becomes an incredible asset. Living between cultures teaches us to listen more carefully, to adapt more easily, and to appreciate viewpoints that may be different from our own. It also helps us to connect with a broader range of people because we have experienced what it feels like to be new, to learn, and to adjust. So those experiences develop empathy, patience, and resilience, qualities that are valuable in every areas of life. So I can relate to this personally. I was born in Panama. I moved to Canada as a teenager, attended high school in Montreal in French, and later built my career in British Columbia. So each stage of that journey taught me something different. I learned to adapt, communicate across cultures, and appreciate different perspectives. Looking back, I realized those experiences didn't separate me from others. They equipped me to understand and connect with people from many different backgrounds. The same is true for you. Your story, your culture, and your experiences are not obstacles, they are strengths. So they allow you to build bridges, encourage understanding, and bring value to conversations in ways that no one else can. So, as today's reflection reminds us, your unique experience are part of the value you bring to every conversation. So, here is the message for you. Never underestimate the wisdom you have gained from living between cultures. Your experiences have shaped your resilience, have expanded your perspective, and has given you the ability to connect with people in meaningful ways. So, those are strengths that can make a lasting difference wherever you go. So that's what I wanted to share with this point. And now let's move on to our next point.
Sorry, yes. Our new point, your journey can inspire others. Have you ever thought my story is not that special? Why would anyone want to hear it? I have felt that way too. But I have learned that sometimes the experiences we think are ordinary can be exactly what someone else needs to hear. When I look at my own journey, I see many different chapters. I came to Canada from Colombia and had to start over in a new country. I had been an occupational therapist back home, and adjusting to a new life came with challenges. Today, I work as an education assistant. I am a single mom, and I am also building my digital business. There have been seasons when I question myself and wonder if I was on the right path. But every chapter has taught me something. I have learned to be patient, to stay consistent, to step outside my comfort zone, and most importantly, to trust God, even when I cannot see the whole picture. Being a mom has also taught me that sometimes we have to keep moving forward, even when life feels busy or uncertain. That's why I share my journey, not because I have everything figured out, but because someone else may need to hear that, may need to hear that they can keep going too. Maybe your journey looks different. Maybe you have had to start over, face disappointments, or experience seasons when you wanted to give up. But think about this: the strength you develop through those experiences may become the encouragement someone else needs today. Your story doesn't have to be perfect to inspire someone. Every chapter has value the good ones, the difficult ones, and even the waiting seasons. So don't hide your journey, share it with humility and authenticity. You never know who may be watching and thinking, if she can keep going, maybe I can too. Your story is not just about where you have been, it's about who you are becoming. And I believe God can use every chapter of our lives to encourage someone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. So Monica talked about your journey can inspire others. So your journey can inspire others because your perseverance, your growth, and experiences help you to offer hope, encouragement, and valuable lessons to those who are just beginning their own path. So that's why your journey can inspire others. And Monica also added, share your journey with humility and authenticity. So there you go. So now let's find out what's a key takeaway for the topic today.
Okay, our key takeaway for today is today's conversation is a reminder that the immigrant journey isn't about much more than adapting to a new place. It is about becoming a stronger person through every experience. If you ever wonder whether your journey has value, the answer is yes. Every challenge you overcome, every lesson you've learned, every obstacle you've faced has helped shape strength that will continue serving you throughout your life. Be proud of your journey. Continue learning, continue growing, and remember this. Some of your greatest strengths are the ones you have developed without even realizing it.
Thank you, Isabel. So that's our key takeaway for our topic today. And now let's find out what is our reflective question for the audience.
So, a reflective question for you is this week, take a few minutes to reflect on your journey. Ask yourself, what strength have I developed because of my life experience that I often take for granted? Then recognize it, celebrate it, and use it to encourage someone else.
Thank you, Jessie. So that's our reflective questions for the audience. And we have arrived to the end of our life. So today's topic, we talk about the hidden strength. Many immigrants don't recognize it. So remember, your immigrant journey is more than a story of overcoming challenges. It is a story of courage. It's a story of resilience, of adaptability and growth. And the strengths you have developed through every experience that you had will prepare you to make a meaningful difference, to be able to inspire others, like we mentioned on the last point, and to be able to create those opportunities far beyond what you imagine today. So today we talk about that. So remember that your journey as an immigrant, it brings to you a lot of values. So it's something that you can carry with you and that it will help you to inspire and will help you to adapt to everything that comes at you. All right, so now let's find out what is our topic for next Thursday.
Yes, next Thursday topic is why learning never stop after school.
Thank you, Monica. Yes, that's our topic for next Thursday. It will be a conversation about why education doesn't end with graduation and how lifelong learning helps us adapt to change, and why curiosity continues to create new opportunities throughout every stage of our life. Okay. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today, and we'll see you again in our next episode of the
Latin
In
Voices.
Voices. Adiós, mi gente. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.